from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I got that day. Remember when me tell you say I got that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a prospero. But if I would you like a papa nuku. But then when we go me tell you what I look on the Samiro, me tell you what I day. For we get from the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me never give up, me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in our heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in our eyes, so I'm following you.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them innovation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget
March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is. We must revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
Of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend, or an adversary with evil or without cause have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, You will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. Our people there are firmly secured. Any day we learn to stop blaming the victims, this world will be a better place. I'm directing this very statements to the US Ambassador, to the UK High Commissioner, to the EU presence in the zoo, and the UN as well. I know all of you will do nothing. We are not Muslims, so you're not going to help us. That's obvious. We know that for sure. But we have something that you do not have. We have the grace, the might, and protection of God Almighty in heaven. And we know that God exists. And as long as he liveth, as my name is Nnamdi, my Redeemer liveth, as long as God lives in heaven, all of you can never triumph against us. Ojukwu said it before, and you said he failed. We know why he failed, because God said the time wasn't right. I want to show them, my children, what is called Biafra, that very kingdom. They have to fight their way into it. If that is the option you leave for us, then by all means, we will oblige you. But Biafra must come, or we all die. It's as simple as that. There is no alternative. People must understand the rage that is boiling within us. You must understand how angry we are. We may look normal to you, but we are very, very angry, believe you me. And by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name won't exist. That I can assure you. You people are now beginning to see the type of madness that we are capable of unleashing. And more is coming. And I do not hide it, because you hate us anyway. This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani. But rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're neutral. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. Check it up, mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they charge us. Do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped, victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. UN never uttered a word. EU, nothing. US, nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo: lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did you say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malaya came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it, but the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. And we know that Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would, later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction. That is why the country seems to be drifting. That is why there is no sense of purpose. No cohesion, because there is no Buhari. So what you have are competing interests and ideas from the Fulani cabal that is ruling the zoo, ruling all of you. You know that little boy is not Buhari, everybody knows that. How many Buharis are you going to have before you begin to reason and begin to think? When I said it, they said it was conspiracy theory, and I said with time, today people are coming out to confirm what we have always known. What we have always known, that Buhari is dead. That is why you have what is called a drift in the government. That is why there is no clear focus, there is no clear-cut direction, not at all. If not that I talked about Aisha Buhari in my last broadcast, I wouldn't have brought her out today to speak. And she only issued a statement. Nobody saw her. She's in Dubai having fun with her boyfriend, your first lady. And I asked them, in whose reign or regime in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world do you have a first lady missing in office? Only in Nigeria. But you as a Nigerian cannot ask any questions because of the way you reason. The problem you have as a Nigerian is in your brain. The way you reason is flawed. Ask yourself this question. If this woman's husband is alive, what is she doing in Dubai? And with who in Dubai? Simple question. But you can't ask yourself that question because you're a Nigerian. Sometimes you don't reason very well. It is not meant to be an insult. I'm just telling you the fact of life. Buhari is no longer alive. The various Fulani groups within, some are sponsoring terrorists from all over the place to come to your land to kill you. And you want to be in the same country with the same people that imported terrorists to come to kill you. I don't understand it. You see, I am struggling to understand how some of you reason. They call themselves your patrons. They say you are Nigerians. Is that correct? Why would a fellow Nigerian go outside to the Sahel to pay people to come to kill you? They are fellow Nigerian. And after killing you, they say that those murderers and killers are now entitled to live in your forests and in your farmlands. Are all of you okay at all? Because I am struggling to understand how you people reason. The reason why I'm saying this is this. The gullible ones amongst you are the ones they are deceiving. They are deceiving all of you. And for some perverse reason, you tend to fall for it. But we have not fallen for it. And wonders shall never end. You saw the little boy that they were giving, they said they're giving him COVID-19 vaccine. And I ask you in all honesty, there are pastors and truth tellers and men of God, I believe, in Nigeria. Look at the hand of that boy.
Trying to make a difference. I am the good guy that decided to put my life online to make this change. I'm the good guy, irrespective of all the threat. I am still standing very tall by the special grace of God. I stand very tall against Nigeria. I stand very tall against all the criminals from Igbo. I stand very tall against all those murderers and killers of our people. And by the special grace of God, I will continue to stand very strong and very tall. We will defeat them today. We will defeat them tomorrow. We will defeat them next tomorrow. We will defeat them any day, anytime. At least, there has never been any time in this Biafra, in the history of this Biafra agitation, there has never been any time that the kind of news that they were sharing on social media today were shared on anybody. Especially, of course, Onyendu is in DSS dungeon and all that. I want to tell you that we have defeated them, and we will continue to defeat them any day, anytime. I am here this evening to continue to maintain and tell you the reason you must not validate Nigeria coming Saturday. Election must not take place in Biafra land. We are going home. Everybody is talking. At least they have understood, they have come to understand that kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot stop Biafra. They have also come to understand that blackmailing me cannot stop me. Slandering my name cannot stop me. Writing all manner of things to anywhere in the world cannot stop me. I am bigger than you. What is in me propelling me? If you know, you wouldn't dare. Because by the time you stop, that is when I will start. There is nothing like when your hands are clean and you are fighting a just cause. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I am bigger than all of you. You see, this small face will be the end of the impunity in Nigeria. It is going to happen this year. Our countdown continues. It is 10 days to go. 10 complete days to go. And the rhythm, the paradigm will shift. You see, I do not know why some people will choose to be slave when many people choose not to be slave. Some people are hell-bent to bring every other person down to be in the same level with them. When I joined this struggle, I told you, if you know, if before you fight me, go and ask questions. Before you fight me, go and ask questions. Some people say, oh, he has his mouth is bending. His mouth is bending. Oh, there is a stroke, there is a partial stroke and all that. I am standing healthier than you, healthier than all of you. And everything that you brought to my way, I have crushed them without wasting time. And you are not asking yourself a question. Who is this Simon Ekman? person you called nobody. The person, and I maintain myself. I never told you that I am somebody. I never told you that I am something. It is you who called me nobody. I did not dispute you. I accepted the nobody you called me. But today, I don't think you can still look at me and still call me nobody, right? Because I did not brag. I did not brag before you started calling me nobody. You started calling me nobody, and today, Biafra people can see who is nobody and who is somebody. Let the action speak. That's what we are doing now. Let the action speak. And you, before you come to equity, you must come with clean hand. And I believe the action is speaking louder than any of you can imagine. So I want to encourage Biafra people today that our sit at home continues. Our sit at home continues, and there is no going back. Our sit at home continues, and there is no going back. Tomorrow, the sit at home will start from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then from there, we have curfew. We have curfew till the next day, which is the 25th, which is Saturday. And from there, we have 6 to 6. And then from there, we have another curfew till Sunday. We want to see every major road in Biafra land locked, completely sealed. Let me tell you, if you know what we know, if you know what we know, you will know that indeed we have touched the heart. We have touched the heart of the foundation of Nigeria. And as I'm talking to you, that foundation is broken. What is remaining now is, what are you doing? Are you going to listen? Are you ready for your freedom? What are you doing? Follow instruction. Ordinary instruction. Ordinary instruction. Follow instruction. The instruction is tomorrow, 24th, sit at home. Don't move anywhere. The instruction is on the 25th, don't move out of your house. The instruction is very simple. On the 26th, do not move out of your house. I want to inform you, Biafrans, the reason why we have this long days sit at home is so that when the terrorist Nigeria government come to kill our people, our liberation army can be able to come out and defend your land, defend you from them. And when this defense starts, you don't know when it is going to end. So we have calculated this whole thing. It can't escalate more than these days. We have calculated. Once we make sure that we did not validate Nigeria in this election, Biafra is here. And it is you that have to do it. You can see today that the European Union are talking. Prominent people are talking. The European Union have come to say that they are not coming to Nigeria to validate election. That is from the chairman of the observers. That they are not coming to Nigeria to validate election. And we, the Biafra people, are saying we will not validate Nigeria again on Saturday. We have won this battle. Do not allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suffer and all his job in this life to be wasted. Do not allow every insult, dehumanization, humiliation we have faced in global stage to be a waste. We have done our own part. I will continue to do. Now it is left for you. It is left for you to continue to maintain what you have done for over 1.5 years. And what is it? Sit at home. And I commend the compliers today. We want the picture and the videos to litter entire social media from Twitter. If you are not following me on Twitter, go and follow me. And I want to tell you, it is not just about following me. If you are following me on Twitter, you need to also retweet and share everything I'm posting. I'm surprised that today, just within 9 minutes, I have about 1,400 live viewers on Twitter. So why must you wait until you hear news about Simon Ekpa before you come and join and fight for your struggle? Why? Why must you wait until Simon Ekpa defeat enemy Goliath before you can come out and support Simon Ekpa and make the message go wide? Because that is what people have done today, some of you. I am very shocked that when I open Twitter, bam, I am seeing 1,400 people watching live within 9 minutes. So why must you wait until there is news about Simon Ekpa defeating enemy before you can come? It doesn't make sense. I told them, we are not in the same level. I am not in the same level with Ndunzama. We are completely different people. We are not in the same level. And they should know that by now. Tomorrow, Finland will protest. The Biafrans in Finland will protest tomorrow. And I'm going to personally submit another document to the President of Finland office. And I'm also going to submit another document to the Parliament of Finland. We are fighting head on. By tomorrow, I will submit a communication to the office of the President of Finland. My own is I will tell you, and I'm do it. I will do it. And I hope that the media are going to, because now the media is all over. Everywhere is Simon Ekpa and Biafra. Everywhere. Internet is on fire. Everywhere is on fire. Tomorrow, Finland will protest for Biafra. And they are going to know that Simon Ekpa is in Finland tomorrow. So now that we are at the finishing line, this particular task is for you in Biafra land to do. Make sure you don't need to do any other thing. This Biafra, people have died, millions have died, people are in prison, many people have been killed, and just because we are asking for freedom. Freedom that did not take other people anything other than I say, let us do referendum and that's it in Europe. They are killing us just because we are asking for freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS dojo just because he asked for freedom. And today, we have opportunity to end this impunity. We have discovered their secret. The secret is that we will not validate any election. The people that are bringing this military to kill us are the people you elected. So why would you continue to go into election that will only bring your doom? Election that will bring your death. Is that what you want to be doing? To bring election that will bring people, that will bring military to kill you. No, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And a lot of people, when I check social media today, a lot of people are, they are opening champagne. Nigeria is probably opening champagne. Oh, come, we have done it. Oh, we have done it. Everybody come to Aso Rock. Oh, come, oh, our problem is gone. But you didn't believe I was a problem. You did not believe I was a problem, right? Oh, come on, come on. The problem is gone. Let us celebrate, everybody. Let us celebrate. Oh, come on, everybody in Aso Rock. Aso Rock, you want to celebrate? Before you are going to recover from the shock today, we have defeated you. Before you are going to recover from seeing me this evening, we have defeated you on Saturday. Because I know that Biafra is going to lock. We are going to lock everywhere.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. As you join the platform, like and share the program. Like and share to all platforms, to family and friends, to your neighbors. You can share to our enemies. Let them come and ask their questions. I appreciate every one of you. As you have joined, if they kick you out, try to find your way back. I wish you all a very wonderful, wonderful, and happy Monday. I welcome everyone that has connected so far. I welcome you. I welcome my brother Henry Kingsley. Thank you for joining, Henry Kingsley. I can see Uche Onyende, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining, Uche Onyende. I welcome you, my brother. I can see Treasure Quincy. Thank you for joining, Treasure Quincy. Free Manik? Iko Tuonye. Free Manik Iko Tuonye. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. I welcome everyone that has connected wherever you are joining us from. That's Freeman. Is that Freeman Iko Tuonye? Yeah, Freeman Iko Tuonye. Yeah, I think I know him. Yeah, Freeman Iko Tuonye. Welcome, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, my brother. And so many other people that have connected from all angles, wherever you are joining. Those who are watching us on TikTok, those who are watching us on Facebook, those who are watching us on YouTube. Whichever platform you are watching, I welcome you. You're welcome, my beloved brother Freeman Ikutu. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. The journey of Biafra is not a small journey. Sometimes we take a break. Sometimes we take a break and reflect. Sometimes we change direction. Sometimes we do things that are holy. So it is common. The most important thing is for any place we find ourselves, continue to hold on that project, the restoration of Biafra. That is the most important thing. The unity of purpose. It is that unity of purpose that will continue to bring us together, even when we go away and we take some rest, even when challenges come, even when trouble comes. The only thing that will make us to continue to meet again and again and again is the unity of purpose. Every one of us, in any group you are, in any direction you are, in any department you are, one common thing that is common for us is that we agree that we are not supposed to be in that contraption called Nigeria. We are all finding a way out of that contraption called Nigeria. We all agree that the best place for us to be is in our own nation. We are all fighting for an independent state of Biafra. That is what we are all looking for. So, my fellow Biafrans, please do not get discouraged. A lot of things are happening. A lot of troubles are coming. A lot of obstacles. A lot of attack coming from right and center. Sometimes when you look the attack, sometimes you might get discouraged and say, how can you be attacked by the same people you are fighting for? So when you see that attack, one thing that I have to encourage you that look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is serving a life sentence because of Biafra. And yet, the same Biafran people are attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same Biafran people. So that is why when you see those kind of a thing, you see yourself as an ordinary person. So how will your own case be different? Why wouldn't they attack you? They can attack you, they can say anything, they can do anything they want to do with you. Just keep on fighting, keep on going. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot denounce Biafra, why will you deny it? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lost his parents because of Biafra. He lost his career because of Biafra. He lost his personal freedom, lost his own throne because of Biafra. Today, he's serving life sentence because of Biafra. His life on the line because of Biafra. And yet, he didn't surrender. So what about you and I that are still free? We can still go to our work, we can still go to our businesses, we can still come online and talk and speak. And then simply because of insult and all that, you begin to run away. No, you don't have to run away. Continue. They will not stop. The attack will not stop. But we also will not stop. Each and every one of us have a personal attack. Just like the attack I don't even know how to talk about it. In our platforms, the same thing. They can castigate you, call you names, attack our platform, they shadow ban us. Some of them, even fellow Biafrans, they pay money to distract your program. They go to the state to do different things to make sure that your voice is not heard. But I tell you, no matter what they do, as long as you still have life, as long as I still have life, I will do my own part. That part that I have chosen to come and speak for Biafran people and speak to Biafrans, encourage Biafrans, speak about issues, and also alert the international communities and tell the world what is happening. I will continue to do that. I will continue to do that. Look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa can simply hands off and say, I'm no longer interested. He can simply walk away. Mazi Simon Ekpa, somebody who has built a career for himself. Mazi Simon Ekpa built a career that so many of us today that are living abroad, our prayer is to have that kind of career. That is our prayer point. Our prayer point is to attain the height that Mazi Simon Ekpa have attained. But he attained that height. He decided to sacrifice it to pursue the freedom of the Biafran people collectively. The same man with all those sacrifices, the same people he sacrificed his career for, they are the ones who wrote petition and made sure that he was detained. They are the one, even today as we speak, they are still the one that are attacking him on different places. Even today as we speak, it's the same people he threw away his career for. They are the ones fighting him. For no just cause, for no reason. Simply because he's asking for your freedom, for his own freedom, that people will have a better life. That people can have that life he's enjoying in Finland. He wants others to enjoy it. He wants the ordinary people to enjoy it. And the same people he wants to enjoy that free liberty are the ones today that hates him with all. They don't want to hear his name. They attack him, they call him different kinds of names at every given opportunity. That is how bad it is. But if Mazi someone ever cannot withdraw and say, oh, I'm not interested again because of this, the people I'm fighting for, they don't even care. The people I'm fighting for, they don't even love me. The people I'm fighting for, they are the one even trying to attack me. So I will not do again. If Mazi Samuel cannot say I will not do again, what about you? How can you run away? Why would I run away? Why would I be discouraged? So we must continue this battle. We must continue. I know that there are so many things that are happening that can discourage. And I know that many Biafrans are discouraged. Thousands of millions of Biafrans are discouraged. But I encourage everybody to hang on. I don't blame you if you get discouraged. There are so many things that are discouraging that we can see every day. I don't blame people who walk away because our strength is not the same. Our energy is not the same. There are people that can stand blackmail, propaganda, attacks, insult. And there are people that cannot stand it. So our capacity to absorb things is not the same. But the only thing I say is that every one of us should continue to hang on. So long you still have life, you are still alive. There is hope. There is hope, a greater hope than before. So we must continue. I welcome everyone. Remember, today is Monday. Monday is always a special day for us. It doesn't matter what they do or what they say. My joy is that there are still a good number of people in Biafra land that today, on their own, willingly, they are still making that sacrifice still today. Nobody is forcing them. Nobody is putting any rope on their neck and saying you must do this. Nobody is going to their home to force them. On their own, people are still observing the Monday civil disobedience. The Monday civil disobedience, people are still observing it. When they wake up every Monday and they remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only in detention now, he's in Sokoto. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced a life imprisonment for a crime he did not commit with a law that does not exist. When they remember it, they say no, they are going nowhere. They remain at home and they reflect. They observe the sit at home. Even if it is one person that observes it or two people, that memory must be kept alive. That memory must be kept alive. Because even if it's one person, that one person will remind millions of people that there is some people who are suffering because of us. There are people suffering because of you and I. Suffering because people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister Mazi Samonepa. There are people in the bushes, our Liberation Army, they are still in the bush today because of you and I. The Liberation Army, they are in the bush because of you and I. So these are things, when you remember it, you begin to ask yourself, why would you quit? Why would you say you're not doing it again? For what? What reason? What is that thing that has happened that cannot be endured? People are enduring worse situations, so why wouldn't I? So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching me from, I urge you to stand your ground. Don't allow anybody to distract you or deceive you. Even though there are so many challenges, even as we speak, there are many challenges ahead of us, but we will never stop. We must keep the legacy alive. And remember, whenever we come to this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We focus on the reality on the ground. We focus on what is happening. We focus on the project at hand today. You know already, our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samonepa, are calling us for unity of purpose. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have established the 100 men, the project of 100 men from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to include everybody. You know, people can always try to push their propaganda, blackmail, use opportunity to do whatever they want to do. But I bet you, the more purpose for establishing that 100 men is for unity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to create a community where everybody will be equal, acceptable, understand each other. Even with our differences, we can equally relate and do what we have to do. The purpose of that 100 men is to unify the whole Biafrans. Unity of purpose. So the 100 men that you see will be hiding about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is to unite us, no matter your belief, no matter your idea, no matter your group where you belong. Key in on that unity of purpose. Don't use it for your own selfish interest. Don't begin to promote your own personal agenda. Or you are only happy when your own group is being announced, or when the person you are bowing for is being announced. But you don't care. Even when our project is on the line at stake, you don't care. It is sad and shameful. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to preach unity, even in detention. But you that is outside, what are you preaching? How are you building on the unity that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preaching? That Mazi Simon Ekpa is also preaching. How are you building on it? Mazi Simon Ekpa is going to be in court on the 5th of August. Flyers are everywhere for the program. How prepared are you? How prepared are you to join Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland? From the 4th to 7th, join the protest, and the appeal starts from the 5th to 27th. 21st. So wherever you are, try as much as possible to do your part. Don't get discouraged. And that is why we are coming online every single day. No matter the attack, even if we come and there's only one person that we can be able to reach, we are happy for that. And Chukwu Okike Abiam, we appreciate you and we thank you for giving us the grace to always come and have our platform to speak. So today's topic says, Monday sit at home, the Nnamdi Kanu's case, self-determination debate, the battle for public narrative in Nigeria. Most important thing in this message today is this issue of the battle for public narrative in Nigeria. We must pay attention. This is not the time to be silent. Once again, I welcome everybody. Whether you are watching us on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, or on X, I welcome you wherever you are watching from. Viewers across the world, friends and followers from around the world. Thank you for joining once again on this important morning broadcast. Today we will be discussing a topic that continues to generate intense debate across Nigeria and among Nigerians in diaspora. We will be examining the legacy of the Monday sit at home. Actions in the Southeast, the legal and political issues surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the broader debates on self-determination, and the role that media narrative and public perception play in shaping opinions. This is what we are going to discuss this morning, and we will try as much as possible, as always, do justice to the topic. As always, this platform encourages discussion, critical thinking, and respectful arguments. That is what we encourage here. Nobody is bounding you or tying you down that you must agree with what I say. No. We can engage in constructive and respectful arguments. At the end of the day, the viewers, the audience, the world will see our line of thought, and people can make up their mind, and that is how you shape perspectives. You don't force people to follow you or to listen. Allow people to argue, allow people to say their mind. That is what this platform stands for. Public opinion, regardless of your group, even if you are one Nigerian and you're bold enough to come on and challenge us and tell us why are we doing this and that, you don't believe in it, and look at what you believe in, and look at why your belief is the best. That is the engagement we want. We're not going to insult you. We're not going to clamp you down. We'll give you all the time to express yourself while we respond. And all we ask is that when you are coming, come with your facts. Because we are going to face you with facts also. And let the world be the judge. Whether you agree or disagree with any position discussed today, the objective is a better understanding. The objective is to better understand the issues and the argument being made by different sides. That is why we are here. Nothing more. Now let's hit it on and begin. The power of memory in political movement. Let us start with the power of memory. Why we must keep the memory of the seat at home alive. The Monday seat at home. That memory must be kept alive. No matter what you see, no matter the attack, we must do everything humanly possible to keep that memory alive. Throughout history, political movements have relied heavily on collective memory. So we are not the first. People remember events. People remember sacrifices. People remember moments they believe changed the course of history. From civil rights campaign in different parts of the world to independence struggle and constitutional reforms movement, memory often becomes a source of identity and motivation. That is why we must not stop keeping the memory of the Monday Sit at Home alive. Supporters of various causes frequently argue that remembering past events is necessary because it prevents important issues from disappearing from public consciousness. Monday Sit at Home is a very important issue. Very, very important. It was the strongest weapon we used to get to the area we are today. It was the strongest weapon we used to announce Biafra to the world and to bring the international attention, including the Christian genocide you're hearing about today. Our noise, our drawing of attention to Nigeria helped to announce that message. Critics, on the other hand, often argue that constantly revisiting political grievance can make reconciliation more difficult. That is the life from the pit of hell that they always say. This tension exists in many societies. The question therefore becomes, how should society remember contentious political events? How should they discuss unresolved grievances? And what role should public discourse play in shaping future outcomes? These are questions that must be answered. These are important questions that go beyond Nigeria. They are questions that affect many countries around the world. The Monday Sit at Home phenomenon. The Monday Sit at Home became one of the most widely discussed forms of civil action in recent Nigerian history. Take it to the bank. Monday Sit at Home became one of the most widely discussed forms of civil action in recent Nigerian history. For supporters like us, it was seen as a symbolic expression of solidarity with detained figure and broader political grievances. For us, it was a way we demanded for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only way we were able to mount pressure, legitimate pressure, democratic pressure on the contraction called Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many argue that it provided visibility to concern. They believe we are not receiving sufficient attention. That is what happened in our case. Otherwise, view it as demonstration of collective political expression. That is what it was. The Monday Sit at Home. It was nothing but demonstration of collective political expression of the Biafran people. That's what it is. That is why we must keep that memory alive, no matter what. But we know that those that criticize us, those that are against Biafrans, they have a different concern and say different things. They will tell you that businesses are losing money. They will tell you about economic losses. But the major people that are causing economic loss in Nigeria is the government. The major people that are destroying the businesses in Nigeria are not Nigerian government. Direct destruction and destruction by policy. We see it on a daily basis. They say we are disrupting the livelihood of the poor masses. But the major people that are denying the poor masses their livelihood is the government itself. The Nigerian government is the one that is denying the people means of livelihood on a daily basis. Look at how kidnapping is rampaging everywhere. Innocent poor people who can barely eat are kidnapped. On a daily basis, fear and terror everywhere. People cannot travel anymore. The rich, they fly by air. But the poor masses that need to move around cannot move around again because of insecurity. They talk about disrupting education. You and I know that the educational system of Nigeria is flawed. The same Nigeria that we have a course that's supposed to take 4 years takes 8 years in Nigeria. And yet, when people call for a civil action, you call it a disruption of education. Meanwhile, the main disruptors of education in Nigeria is the government itself. They accuse us of affecting economic activities, creating additional hardship for ordinary citizens. But you and I know that is a lie. It is the Nigeria itself, the government itself, that always creates additional hardship for the ordinary people on a daily basis through their policies. No matter how you debate all these lies they push against our civil disobedience, it cannot change the truth. It cannot change the truth. The truth will always remain the truth. Discussion will always continue. And we continue to discuss and bring reasons why we do what we do. And we will never allow them to change narratives. Because Nigerian government is very good at changing narrative. That was why they fought the seat at home. They fought it with blackmail propaganda, including propaganda of taking false flag, just to disrupt what was meant to be the right thing to do. But Biafra stood their ground. Even up to today, there are people many people are still willingly on their own observing it because they know what they want. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention, facing a life sentence for a crime he did not commit. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sentenced with non-existing law, illegally convicted. Mazi Simon in Finland also, his right was having denied, abuse of his right, by sentencing him without allowing a hearing from him, without admitting his own evidence against Nigeria. That can only be called an injustice. Any discussion that is made without truth is an injustice. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, you saw what transpired. Any discussion of contemporary Southeast political inevitable involves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever you can talk about today about Biafra and Southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be in the picture. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents a prominent voice advocating political change and self-determination. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is calling for. Political change and self-determination. How is that a crime? How can somebody get a life sentence with that? How is that terrorism? Every single thing he has said today is before you and I. Those who criticize him talk about rhetorics. They talk about method. They talk about him being controversial. But the only people that are controversial are those who are criticizing him because they are not truthful. Every single thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said in the past is coming to pass today. The legal proceedings involving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have attracted national and international attention because of the fraud, the abuse of his right. The court ruling was flawed. You and I know. Legal arguments, concerns regarding the process. Everything was flawed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted without an existing law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally convicted without an existing law. A law that had been repealed. And that was why he was asking, show me the law. And nobody responded. But the politicians, more especially in the Biafra land, found it comfortable to join Nigeria because of their fear of the popularity of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They joined Nigeria to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to destroy his image, to sentence him and take him to Sokoto. As with many high-profile political cases around the world, public opinion often divides sharply. Some view the matter primarily through the lens of human rights and civil liberty. Others view it primarily through the lens of national security and the constitutional order. But the truth will remain the truth. The challenge of observers is separating emotion from evidence and examining development carefully. We must be very careful. We must be very careful, Biafra, the way we speak about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the way we act on what we do. It is sad that today, the same people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is serving sentence for are the people that are abusing, insulting, and trying to damage his case. You go online, you see some unnecessary debate that doesn't hold water. You see idiots coming from all angles to speak on a matter that they cannot be able to explain. It is sad. Our supreme leader has paid a very heavy price and continue to pay a heavy price simply because he's asking for self-determination for his own people. But what does his own people do? The same people he's fighting for are showing ungratefulness. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. It's just like the new debates that people are creating. And this is how Nigerian government operates. When they want to turn people against you, they will use the media. There is a narrative they are trying to create that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There's a narrative they are trying to create. And some of us Biafrans are helping them to promote that narrative unknowingly. For a few days now, what I've been reading is that the Nigerian government have put a counter appeal. What is reading everywhere is that Nigerian government have put a counter appeal. And they are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu death penalty. And some of you are helping them to promote it. What we are supposed to be promoting is the illegality in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The one they call Waziri came out and began to talk all manner of nonsense, even though when he knows he has nothing to offer. He comes out to talk only to draw attention to himself, and somehow some of us ignorantly give him that attention. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is straightforward and direct. How can anybody be suggesting or thinking of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu death penalty? You and I know that counter appeal is definitely coming. We know that it's going to come. Nigerian government putting counter appeal should not be something that will surprise you. It's not something that's supposed to surprise you. When you are dealing with a tyrannic and devilish government like Nigeria, it is not something that's not expected. So why would that now begin to make a headline that they put a counter appeal? We should not blow that trumpet for them. We shouldn't blow it. The trumpet we should be blowing is the illegality of the case of Mazi, the innocence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we are supposed to be blowing our trumpet. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't forget, he was kidnapped from Kenya. And remember, United States Congress have already issued a statement on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and tell Nigeria to obey international law in that case. Some of you do not know the influence that the United States of America carries. You don't know, right? For the fact that the Congress have waited in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that case is dead on arrival. Remember this, in this case, the United Nations Arbitrary Committee have told them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this same case, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won the case 4 times. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also have won this case in Kenya. Then how can you think that with the knowledge the United States have about this case today, that somebody can stand up and issue Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a death penalty? What the government is doing is to demoralize the Biafran people, to push a narrative to demoralize people and make people begin to feel weak. And some of us are helping them to promote that narrative. That is absolute arrant nonsense. What we are supposed to promote today is the illegality in that case. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya against international law. They did not stop at kidnapping him. They extraordinarily rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is against international law. There is no way you can stand on illegality and you'll be talking about legality. In the first place, they are not even supposed to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at all in the first place. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to face trial. He is not supposed to face trial. The instruction that was given to them was to send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to wherever they took him for and then pay him compensation. Then if you want to see him in your court, go through the normal way of extradition and invite him. That is what it's supposed to be. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dead. But the only thing is that because he is an Igbo Biafran and he's fighting, his struggle and fight is against most of the Western countries, more especially the UK. His cause is a threat to UK. That is why they turn a blind eye to their citizen who was kidnapped and extraordinary rendition. Won his cases in the court and they got to the even the United Nations issued a statement to release him. UK themselves, what have they said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? United Kingdom, that he's carrying their passport, what have they said? That is when we begin to talk about the owners of Nigeria, you don't understand. The same way they keep silent in the killing of innocent citizens in Nigeria, that is how they kept silent in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till today. They keep silent. An innocent man. Even in their conviction, they were convicting him with non-existing law. A repealed law was used to sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their court was asking them, show me the law. Nobody answered that question. In a court where you have judges, where you have observers present, where you have lawyers, senior advocates, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking a simple question. Show me the law with which you convict me. That question was not answered. And this brought us to the issue of how to free a captive from the hand of the government. The court belongs to government. Don't forget that. Like some of you who come and blame the lawyers and say lawyers did this and did that. Just like Wazike was talking rubbish. Absolute rubbish. During his own time, he was released because he have accepted bribe. They bribed him. After his men deserted him, he had no choice. He took the money and walked away. He was not released because of anything. The only way to release a prisoner to release someone that the government want to oppress, a political prisoner for the government, is through pressure. It is through pressure. It is not through court. It is not through lawyers. It doesn't matter what you quote. It doesn't matter how many courts you go to. The only way to release a political prisoner is pressure. Pressure from the inside and the outside. International pressure and local pressure. And Mazi Nnamdi understands that. That was why he held on to the pressure while he was here. That is why we must hold on to the pressure of the seat at home. This is why we must keep the memory of the seat at home alive, because that is one major way we have kept pressure on the Nigerian government. Initially, they were saying, oh, it doesn't concern them. Oh, it is Southeast, it doesn't concern Abuja. But Abuja was bleeding. Abuja began to bleed. The only way to release a political prisoner from the government is through pressure. Today, we have succeeded in dragging international pressure on Nigeria. With the international progress mounting, Congress speaking to them about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you think something is not going to happen? You think something is not going to happen? That means you're delusional. So when they try to create this sense, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to get a life sentence because they took him back, because Nigerian government filed a counter appeal. Because of that, he's going to get a life sentence. Nonsense, arrant nonsense. You're talking rubbish. Don't join them and push that narrative. Those narratives are just to discourage Biafran people, to set a president like that, to just divert our mind from what we are doing. Focus on mounting pressure. Focus on exposing the evil of Nigeria. Focus on their lies and illegality in the case of Mazi Nnamdi. That is what you're supposed to make go viral. Not the rubbish Wazirike is talking about. Other people are elegizing and going around. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add anything. Self-determination is a concept recognized in international law and political theory. It is not a crime. Historically, the principle has been invoked in numerous contexts around the world. So it is not just peculiar with the Biafran people. However, debate often arise regarding how self-determination should be pursued, interpreted, and implemented. Supporters generally argue that communities should have meaningful opportunity to express political aspirations. That's what we are saying. Allow the people to decide their fate. Allow the people to run their life. But those who criticize, those evil ones, they say often emphasize constitutional framework, territorial integrity, and the need for national unity. This is the lie you hear from them. This is the reasons why they attack people that are talking for self-determination, like the Biafran. They call us terrorists. Because they want to keep their constitutional framework, the framework that was used by the British. They want to maintain the territorial integrity drawn by the British. The territorial integrity that was put in place by the Caliphate and Janjaweed by dividing us, creating an Igbo man and making him a northerner. They come and preach their fake unity that never exists and will never unite. Unity that never exists. That is why when we talk about self-determination, they get angry because of these useless things that never exist and will never have in Nigeria. This is how people think and how they do. Debate is every day. These debates are not unique to Nigeria. They have occurred in Europe, Asia, Africa, and America. The key challenge is balancing competing principles in a peaceful and lawful manner. But will Nigeria balance? No, they will not. The role of media and narratives. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been crying about the media. You know that the media is the hand of Yorubas. So when we talk about the media, we talk about the Yorubas, the Yoruba media. Pushing narrative that doesn't make sense. Creating narrative among the people to drive an agenda. The same way they painted us evil through their narrative. The same way they tagged us Igbo through their narrative. The same way they tagged us aggressor through narrative. The same way they are still trying today to use their media, documentary, to preach lies and make us the aggressor instead of the oppressed. In today's world, information travels faster than ever before. A single story can reach millions within hours. A single headline can influence perceptions. A single video can shape public opinion. Because of this reality, many political actors seek to influence narrative. You see why the media is important. You see why you should forget about propaganda, blackmail, and saga and speak the right word. The social media you are seeing is very powerful. And this is what they use to change narrative, to turn public opinion against you or for you. People can use the media to turn public opinion against you or for you. That is why every one of us must be visible in media. Government attempt to present their perspectives. Opposition group attempt to present theirs. Activists, commentators, journalists, ordinary citizens all participate in this process. As we are doing today. The result is often a battle over interpretation rather than facts alone. People interpret different in different ways. They cunningly continue to, and Nigeria is very good at that, changing narratives at all times. If not for the Biafrans, if not for our effect on the social media every day, they would have smoked us. One side may describe an event as a security issue. Another side describe the same event as a human rights issue. One side may emphasize stability. Another side may emphasize justice. Understanding this competing narrative requires careful analysis and critical thinking. Every one of us must be active if we must survive. Critical thinking is very important. In highly polarized environment, people often consume information that confirm their existing belief. This is not unique to Nigeria. It happens everywhere. The challenge for responsible citizens is not examine claim carefully. The challenge for responsible citizens is to examine claim carefully. Before ever you act, examine claim carefully. Ask questions, verify information, consider multiple perspectives. Distinguish between evidence and speculation. Distinguish between fact and assumption. Distinguish between reporting and opinion. These are the things we don't do. Most of us are just acting on emotions. And that is why we are easily swayed. A healthy society depends on informed citizens capable of evaluating competing claims. We must continue to discuss. We must continue to speak. Looking ahead, many questions remain unanswered. How will the legal process continue to unfold? Legal process of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People are already speculating. Creating that Nigerian government is just indirectly creating narrative with people. But I urge Biafrans to be very careful. Don't join them. Ignore that they are nonsense and let it die a natural death. Don't talk about it. They are so-called counter appeal. They can counter appeal as far as I care. Are you surprised at that? They can counter it. That doesn't change anything. How will public opinion evolve? How will future generation interpret these events? Will dialogue become more prominent? Will new political solution emerge? Will constitutional reform be discussed? Will grievances be addressed in a way that satisfy different stakeholders? No one can answer this question with certainty. What is clear is that the conversation is far from over. We must continue to speak, talk, wherever you are. I want us to listen to this video made by one guy that always speaks. He speaks always online and making sense. So I thought that he made a lot of sense in this video. So I want us to listen to this video. These are the kind of line of thought we're supposed to be giving, kind of video we're supposed to be looking into. This is what we are supposed to be making going viral. Not the decision of maybe counter appeal or no counter appeal. That is arrant nonsense. Paying attention to that counter appeal is not helpful to anybody. It's not helpful to anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. That's the most important thing. He didn't commit any crime. So we should focus on pressure, maintaining pressure against the zoological republic. That is the most important thing.
Realities happening at the moment. All I keep wondering lately is, why did the Nigerian government imprison Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Sincerely speaking, Allah between God and man. Because let's look at it. All he has said is coming to pass now. We are seeing it. Everybody, is seeing it. When you talk of Janjaweed, when we don't know Janjaweed, when people don't know Janjaweed, you are now seeing Janjaweed. Janjaweed stronger than the government at the moment, as they are portraying. So going by it, let's go by it now, by what has happened. Okay? The fact is, two things, two basic things. Google it, Google and search. Check all other reference, check and search. He complained of two things. One, marginalization of the Igbos. One. And secondly, the infiltration of headers into Nigeria that he refers and terms as Janjaweed, Fulani Janjaweed, in his own words. That is how he has termed it. Marginalization now. We're still talking about marginalization now. That is why when you go to the north now, it's very hard for you to sell Peter Obi. Despite the fact that I'm not of that political affinity or whatever I believe is bringing about change or whatever. But the fact is, you can't sell Obi in the north now because there's a narrative that has been passed decades after decades in regards who an Igbo man is. And that is exactly happening till today. Let's talk about the second aspect. The second aspect, which is Fulani Janjaweed Anduru. Why is everybody is seeing Fulani Janjaweed now? Which he talked about. Okay, let's talk about what was his method. Was his method bad? Let's analyze that critically now. Looking at it. The whole concept started with a peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Until Buhari decided to launch Operation Python Dance. Check it if I'm lying. Peaceful protest. Nobody was attacked. Until the government of Buhari decided to now approach it irrationally. And as a result of that, still what can they use to hold against him? Was in regards when he got a call in regards how the police and the army were intimidating them. And he said they should fire back at them too. So, sincerely speaking, in my own concept, I don't know how that can be termed as terrorism. But at the end of the day, this is what it has turned out to be. Imagine you having a peace, because take it or leave it, not just in Nigeria. Even in developed nations, when security operatives launch an aggressive attack on people, Allah, the people return back aggressively.
Definitely.
So what is wrong in telling your people to return back aggressively? And if you are saying he should go and seek court intervention in regards that, what do you expect when the government that is supposed to respect your peaceful protest is the one now that is launching operation? I hope those pythons are dancing in his grave and durungwa. Allah. I'm telling you. Because there would have been a better way to settle this or whatever through negotiation and other means. But that was not done. And this is the same government that is finding it very difficult to launch Operation Monkey or Operation Lion in regards the real perpetrators of this illegality and evil. And let's look at it. Well, the fact is, what are the other methods? We're going to talk about everything here concisely so that people will apportion blame. The next thing now is a sit-at-home order was initiated. A sit-at-home order that as a result of that, a lot of people's rights were violated. Right? Which is of a truth. And a lot of lives were lost as a result of that. But how did you use that now to tie to him because he created Eastern security networks without you actually having a person that you have brought now to say it's as a result of Eastern security network that this man have created, that he told us that when people come out now that we should finish them or we should unalive them. You could not tie that. But at the end of the day, you beat around the bush. You beat around the bush. The fact is, was the method actually devoid of fault? The method was not absolutely devoid of fault. But can the fault now be tantamount to terrorism and treason?
That's the question.
That is the question. I wonder what the lawyers are. But the fact is, what do you expect, sir, the lawyers to tell a government? To tell a government, sponsors of this radicality and animality that will make sense to them.
Nothing.
The idiots now have incarcerated them, and the fools are still battling with trying to address this. And the last time I checked, I don't see these monkeys actually addressing this issue. Allah, they will never. Because let's tell ourselves the truth. For Nigeria to change, Allah will require a president that when he comes in, will first of all say, it's either my life or a better nation. But the last time I checked, these monkeys are not actually interested. Their life is not even in question. But the fact is, how do we survive? And how do people keep talking about us? That we were one time presidents in this country.
You have had him. You've just had Simon. Simon has been doing very well on his programs. And this kind of message is what is needed now.
You know, in the midst of the reality
now is not narrating Wazirike idiocy. It's not narrating Wazirike idiocy or trying to explain that. This kind of message that he delivered is the message that that is supposed to be delivered now, not like what we are seeing. Because you see how they try to change that. They want to occupy the media with a different issue. So people are talking about counter appeal. Counter appeal doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to anybody. It doesn't change anything. Whether they counter appeal, it's not a surprise. It's not something that's not expected. We know that they were going to counter. And whatever they request, whether they ask, even when this very sentence was given, didn't you hear the judge say it? You heard the judge when he was passing the illegal sentence. He said that he would have given Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a death penalty, but he will give him a life sentence. So are you going to be surprised when you hear they are talking about the counter, whatever? It is not something to be discussed. What we are supposed to discuss is the line of thought, as you see Simon explain on this very place now. The illegality in that contraction called Nigeria. The atrocities of the government against the people. The illegality in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. More especially the illegality in the conviction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The cause of the problem from day one. Right from Muhammad Buhari and whatever. Every single atrocity committed. The extraordinary rendition and the kidnapping. This is what we are supposed to be highlighting every day. This is what you're supposed to be highlighting. Highlight it now more than ever as the appeal is coming close. The United States Congress have already weighed in. And if you take the United States for granted, at your own risk, if you take that very statement from the Congress for granted, at your own risk, it is going to come to haunt you. They have issued a statement, and that statement is going to go far away. And they said, obey international law. Follow all the international principles. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do not abuse his right. That word is powerful. Already you know they have abused his rights on several occasions. Already you know the United Nations have called for his release. You know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, not arrested. You know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition. And all this is an international crime. International crime. So you want to stand on this illegality and then convict a man, not only convicting him, you are sentencing him. It's not going to stand. But just like, and Simon concord here that I have already been saying, I've said it before now, that the only way you can remove a person from the hand of the government is through pressure. The only way to remove a political prisoner from the hand of the government is through political pressure. We continue to mount the pressure. International pressure, local pressure. That is the only thing that will change the narrative. If you want to go to the court, they own the court, they own the lawyers, they own the judges. They can amend the constitution because just to make sure they take your life. The government can decide to amend constitution, they can do anything. So the only way to confront them is public opinion. Pursue public opinion to the favor of your candidate, and again, local and international pressure. Today you can see public opinion today is in the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why you see they brought that counter appeal out. Because when you go to the internet today, many of the programs that are being posted today is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's speech, confirmation of everything he said. You know, when they were sentenced, they only went to the media and picked only a particular video where he called the people to defend themselves during the NSAS. That was what they played. But today, go to social media. Social media is flooded with messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have come to pass in ABC, the way he said it. The Oyo invasion, the Kwara invasion, the Yoruba land invasion, the attack by the Janjaweed, the Fulani terrorists. Everything he spoke about them that activated this hatred, the python dance, and the case he's facing today. The videos are everywhere. The same message he was preaching in the UK, that they termed him as an instigator, is everywhere. And people have now begun to realize the truth. Many people today are apologizing to him. Many people today are apologizing. They say they didn't know. They didn't get the detail of the message. Today, people understand better than before. So this is what we are supposed to be pushing out there. We are supposed to be pushing it out and make a headline. Ignore their appeal. Ignore it completely. The nonsense they are talking about appeal. Ignore it. It can't change anything. All they are trying to is to draw attention, to change the narrative so that the public discourse will shift from what it is. The public discourse today, The perspectives of the people today is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent and has to be freed. That is the question everyone is asking. Why is this man still in detention? A man that made these revelations, a man that spoke about these matters that happened today. Why are you detaining him? That is the question that everyone is asking. Why are you still holding the supreme leader of IPOB in detention? And the government cannot be able to hold it. They can't comprehend it. They go to work and they begin to paint different pictures. They begin to use their normal abracadabra to paint different pictures. But no matter how they do it, the truth remains. Every single thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about is coming to the outside. It's no longer a secret. It is no longer a secret. Everything he spoke, everything he predicted, they are all happening just the way he said it. They are happening just the way he said it. It is happening. You cannot wish it away. You cannot ignore it. No matter how you try, it will continue to pop out, continue to haunt you. And that is why they are crazy. They are crazy, 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 and they want to change the narrative by all means necessary. But not why we are here. Not why we are here. That is why we are on media. That is why you are there watching. That is why I'm here. We must continue to push our own program outside. Share this program to your platform. Share it to family and share on X. Let people hear and know the actual situation, and what we have to focus on is the illegality of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What brought about the case in the first place? What crime did he commit? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for self-determination of his own people. And he was doing it in a very genuine and democratic way. He was only calling for a referendum. That is all. It was not violence. He never used any weapon. Nobody was killed. A peaceful demand of a referendum. That was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing. Until Nigerian government unleashed mayhem, they brought python guns and they killed thousands of Biafrans. He took the life of thousands of Biafrans. And then Biafrans began to protect themselves. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Samuel came in play. Only to defend his people. He did not commit any crime. Mazi Samuel Joko only defend. The message he was preaching was defend yourself. The same message everybody is preaching. That is what Mazi Samuel preached. Calling people to defend themselves. There was no crime that he committed. The only thing Mazi Samuel was saying, defend yourself. He was telling Biafrans to make sure they do not ignore their right to self-defense. That was his message. He told the Biafrans, do not ignore your right for self-defense. Defend yourself because nobody's going to defend you. And the same thing he said, that is what many people are saying today. The same thing he said, that is what many people are saying. Governors are saying it. Ministers are saying it. Many departments of the government are saying it. The same message. But simply because Mazi Samuel is a Biafra, he preached it and he's supporting Biafra. They tag him a different thing. They call him names. They blackmail him. They joined the Janjaweed to blackmail him, and they went ahead to bribe the Finnish authorities with their economy. And they sold out our beloved leader, Mazi Samuel Joko. And they think maybe by doing that it's going to stop us. It will never stop us. Mazi Samuel Joko, as you all know, he is going to be coming to the court. Mazi Samuel is going to be coming to the court on the 5th of August. Mazi Samuel will be in court on the 5th of August. So if you don't know, you better begin to prepare, because he has personally requested that the Biafrans should flood the court, flood Finland. Come. The same way you attended the convention, that is the same way. The same population we had in the convention should be in Finland to cheer him up in that case. The same way we supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same thing we did to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is what is requested to be done for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever you are living in Europe, wherever you are in Europe, make sure you are part of that very. It's going to start. The case is going to start on the 5th up until 21st. But before then, there will be a protest in Finland that's going to start on the 4th till 7th. That protest, Biafrans are encouraged to show up in that protest. Wherever you are, begin to prepare yourself now. Begin to prepare yourself. Come to Finland in person. Let us support our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and let the Finland authority know that he is not alone. We send him on that mission, and we will not abandon him. We sent him on that mission, and we will not abandon our Prime Minister. We will never abandon him. So people should be there. The flyers are out on different angles. Protests starting on the 4th in Finland. So Biafrans are encouraged to come to Finland. Make sure you are there before 4th so that you can participate on that very protest. That is it. Finland protest notice. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is innocent. A phone number is there to contact. There is a phone number there to make a contact. So that when you get to Finland, you will know how to be directed and what to be done. Very, very important. Very important. It is a very important move that every one of us should be in attendance. It is something that is very important. We need to be there. The same way we went to Finland for convention, that is how we're going to storm Finland this time around. And the protest will last on the 4th, on the 5th, on the 6th, and on the 7th. 4 days. 4 days protest. The case is going to start on the 5th till 21st. So prepare yourself and make your schedules on how to be there to cheer up our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, throughout that period of the court. We have hope and believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us very, very soon. And it is important that he join. Once he joins us, many of the noises you are seeing today will die down, and the fire is going to ignite. Our enemy knows that this is what is coming. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us very, very soon. He's going to join us. We know that his case is already dead. Biafrans on different angles are making their various plans to make sure that things happen. That is why the United States of American lawyer must be supported. The US lawyer must be supported. The international lawyer that was coming from the US, who is liaising with the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland, liaising with the European Union, liaising with the United Nations, and also United States to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right is defended. It's not necessarily defending him in the court, because just like we said in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you are having a case against the government, it is only pressure from outside that can save you. So defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside the court is not important. What is most important is the pressure from outside, the monitoring from outside, to make them understand that, remind them that they must respect international law. They must respect international law. Admit the evidence against Nigeria. Evidence presented by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be studied properly. It must be looked at. It must be presented, studied, and looked at. That is the most important thing. And the only person that can put this pressure is a renowned lawyer from outside, international pressure, not a finished person. Just like the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when I'm telling you that the lawyers and the whatever and the court is helpless, it's only pressure. The same thing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pressure. So Biafrans will be there Visibly, Biafra will be on the ground, putting pressure. The citizens will join. The citizens will see that this man is not on his own. He is fighting for a people. The citizens will see it. The citizens will witness it. They will witness the pressure. Then an international lawyer will put in pressure, which he has started already writing letters. And I bet you it will never be business as usual. It will never, ever be business as usual. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, is going to regain his freedom very, very soon. And no amount of lie or propaganda is going to stop him from coming out. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, you must stay strong. You must continue to respect the civil disobedience. Keep the memory of the sit-at-home alive. No matter what happened, keep that memory alive. It is very, very important. Very, very important. We must keep the memory alive. No matter what happens, even if it's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Nobody is forcing you. Within your heart, you know it is worth doing. Do it, and Chukwu Abiyama will bless you. So before we round up, we are going to go on the media to get on the media updates that we have. We will look into the media updates, and then we can be able to be reaching to a conclusion.
Follow for God now. Them say Tinubu don't follow for God now. Tinubu don't follow for God now. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Village house fall and the criminals, concrete military fall and the terrorists, injustice on motor shop forget love for inside God. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God now. Him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God now. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God now. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining. Now let's go to the media informations. As we all know, we always go to the media to use it to complete the message and make people understand what is actually going on in that contraption. So let's look at what they have in their media as we progress on the message of the day. This one said, AAC Ondo Assembly candidate Oja Juni receives party flag pledge. Nonsense. We are not bothered about this. It's not our way. This one says, Ugbo Chief Imam denies link to terrorist banditry. Seek rescue of abducted Oyo pupil teachers. They don't accuse them now. They begin talk. If they don't accuse them, they don't go talk. Oh. When people don't point hand, they are all involved in it. They are all involved in it. As long as it has to do with Islamization of Nigeria, they are all involved in it and they like it. So let's go to the next one. Atiku Camp fires back at ex-SGF Babachir Lawal, alleges failed bid to rig ADC presidential primaries. Nonsense. Idiotic politicians. This one says, IPOP urges appeal court to dismiss Nigerian government cross appeal, release imprisoned IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu. We don't even need to respond to them. It's because of that appeal we are talking about. The cross appeal is heading nowhere. The cross appeal is heading nowhere. This is just one of those propaganda, blackmail, and those narrative creation and public creation of narrative they want to do. That is what it's all about. So IPOP have written and said, urge appeal court to dismiss Nigerian government cross appeal, release imprison IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu. That's have been our quest. So let them continue their madness. ADC condemned Enugu Governor Mba Tulubu over alleged early campaign in violation of INEC rules. Those are the idiots. Look at him, Peter Mba, one of the clowns the Janjaweed is using to manipulate our land. Idiot. You're already campaigning for a failed a man that is not even able to defend himself, let alone another person. or your APC governorship candidate, Senator Ali, denies involvement in abduction of Adelabo's sister, twin son. Man, people, that's the kind of thing you see in Nigeria: criminality, abduction from different angles and different corners. Xenophobia President Ramaphosa warns anti-immigrant groups, vows action against those inciting violence. You never see anything. You are talking too late. That's Africans who are not serious. These are people who are telling us about Pan-Africanism. How can you have Pan-Africanism when you are having xenophobic in South Africa? South Africa, that people came together and fought for. Today, they are the ones destroying other African countries in their nation. And they think somebody can wake up and begin to talk about Pan-Africanism. That's why I don't pay attention to anything Pan-Africanism. Let us first of all secure ourselves as individuals, secure our regions, create our boundaries, remove every colonial boundary. Then later on, we can begin to talk about the so-called unity of Pan-Africa and whatever. For now, it's not a call. 2 security operatives beaten into coma. Houses set ablaze as youth clash with joint task force in Delta. As if they never see anything. Malawi begins voluntary evacuation of nationals from South Africa. First 150 return home amid xenophobia. All of you leave South Africa for them. Just leave them. Let them be in their country. That's what they want. Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen collapsed during friendly against Ukraine. Confirmed conscious. Trump storms out of NBC interview after host challenges election rigging claims. January 6 remarks. That is the video. Trump stormed out of NBC interview after host challenges election rigging claims. That's it. They always do whatever they like. Trump's a no-nonsense man. Once you misbehave, he will let you go. Exclusive detained soldier accused of coup plot against Tinubu losing sight, developing lung disease trauma. Never see anything. Xenophobia. Nigeria undergoes screening at the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria ahead of the voluntary evacuation. ISWAP terrorists released images of Eid al-Adha celebration held at various camps in northern Nigeria. You can imagine. You can imagine. The terrorists are holding celebration, and they recorded it, they did the video and they shared in a country. The same terrorist that is abducting and killing people. Look at their celebration. They say it's a Eid al-Adha celebration. Look at terrorists. Look at terrorists. They are observing their celebration. Look at terrorists. Look at them. Look at them. In the northern part of them, look at them. Look at terrorists. Look at the people you want to be in the same country. Look at them. Look at their chief imam, a terrorist. Look at them. Look at terrorists. They are observing Eid al-Adha in northern part of them. Look at them. And you are telling me that that country is going to survive? Sorry. I pity those people. I pity people who still believe that miracle can happen and somehow the zoo will begin to work for them. Sorry. NDC says elected officials must consult party before major decision, order disclosure of campaign funds. P2B warned against ethnic profiling of Fulani, says crime has no tribe. Nonsense. What are you going to say? What did you go talk before? That's why I tell people, if you are voting for Fulani, if you are voting for P2B, you are voting for Fulani continuous conquering of Nigeria. Anytime you conduct a support election, it doesn't matter who you vote for. You are promoting the enslavement of your people, the continuous takeover of the land by the Fulanis. That is what you are actually voting for. Look at the clown. And this is what they sign up for before ever you become elected. You must sign up to it. NITCOM tells Nigeria facing 1.2 million bail demand to seek lawyers' embassy help. I never see anything. Tinubu government approved payments to 1,240 contractors after protests over $1 trillion in unpaid debt. Politics. That's what it's all about. Former Kenyan Chief Justice David Maraga arrested during Nairobi National Park protests. Former Chief Justice. That is in Africa. Anything is possible in Africa. Everything is possible. This one says 2 children killed during military raid that freed 360 kidnapped victims in Borno commission. See? Boa Group disowned AI-generated investment video, warned public against fraudulent scheme. Over 20,000 Nigerians evacuated from Libya in 10 years, yet many keep going back. NIDC come. That is it, you see? You see? Libya that is insecure though, look at it though, Libya that is insecure. Over 20,000 Nigerians evacuated from Libya in 2010, in 10 years. Yet, many keep coming back. That is to show you that they are helpless. There is no country to go back to, no place, no home to go to. No home to go to. That is why somebody will continue to go back into a war zone. You can imagine. Libya that is already a war zone. A place where lawlessness is the order of the day. But Nigerians continue to troop into Libya. Nigerians are still moving after evacuating 20,000 Nigerians in 10 years. Yet, many keep going back. What does that tell you? Some people still go to Libya for houseboy and housegirl. It shows you that life is better. Even as bad as Libya is, it is still better than here. As bad as Libya is, people still prefer to be in Libya than to be in Nigeria. As bad as it is. That speaks volume. It tells you all you need to know. And the earlier you understand that there is no hope in that contraption, the better. You know, when we say it, people think we're saying that of it. It is not out of hatred. It is the reality. It is because of the reality on the ground. That is why the Biafrans are daily fighting for their independence from Nigeria. That is why we are calling for self-determination. Bandits killed four residents in fresh attack on Zamfara community as insecurity worsened. Zamfara still on fire. There is no day, no single day that people are not abducted, people are not killed in Nigeria. No single day that goes by without death in Nigeria. It doesn't happen. No single day that passes by without huge number of deaths, news of death in Nigeria. Let's see this lastly. This one says, Showore blasts Tinubu government as confused over security plan. Of course, they are confused. Showore, you've been trying, talk. Nobody is listening. Fortunately, you came into the wrong country. You are born into the wrong country, just like many of us, we are trapped into the wrong country. And nothing will change. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching, I want you to understand that we must not allow the government to change the narrative. We must keep onto the narrative of speaking about this truth, the origin and the source of the problem, how it all started, the criminality of the government of Nigeria, the lawlessness and the injustice. That is the thing that is supposed to be going viral. Like this video that this our brother made. We should make a similar video And if you are not watching it, I want us to watch this video again. Let us hear this, our brother, again. It is important. This video that Simon made, it is important. This is the kind of video we need to be spreading everywhere.
Isn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He is. Why did the Nigerian government, you know, in the midst of the realities happening at the moment, all I keep wondering lately is, why did the Nigerian government imprison Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Sincerely speaking, Allah between God and man. Because let's look at it. All he has said is coming to pass now. We are seeing it. Everybody, why is seeing it. When you talk of Janjaweed, when we don't know Janjaweed, when people don't know Janjaweed, you are now seeing Janjaweed. Janjaweed stronger than the government at the moment, as they are portraying. So going by it, let's go by it now, by what has happened. Okay? The fact is, two things, two basic things. Google it, Google and search. Check all other reference, check and search. He complained of two things. One, marginalization of the Igbos. One. And secondly, the infiltration of headers into Nigeria that he refers and terms as Janjaweed, Fulani Janjaweed. In his own words, that is how he has termed it. Marginalization now. We're still talking about marginalization now. That is why when you go to the north now, it's very hard for you to sell Peter Obi, despite the fact that I'm not of that political affinity or whatever I believe is bringing about change or whatever. But the fact is, you can't sell Obi in the north now because there's a narrative that has been passed decades after decades in regards who an Igbo man is. And that is exactly happening till today. Let's talk about the second aspect. The second aspect, which is Fulani Janjaweed. Is everybody is seeing Fulani Janjaweed now, which he talked about. Okay, let's talk about what was his method. Was his method bad? Let's analyze that critically now. Looking at it, the whole concept started with a peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Until Buhari decided to launch Operation Python Dance. Check it if I'm lying. Peaceful protest. Nobody was attacked. Until the government of Buhari decided to now approach it irrationally. And as a result of that, still what can they use to hold against him? Was in regards when he got a call in regards how the police and the army were intimidating them. And he said they should fire back at them too. So, sincerely speaking, in my own concept, I don't know how that can be termed as terrorism. But at the end of the day, this is what it has turned out to be. Imagine you having a peace, because take it or leave it, not just in Nigeria, even in developed nations, when security operatives launch an aggressive attack on people, Allah, the people return back aggressively. So what is wrong in telling your people to return back aggressively? And if you are saying you should go and seek court intervention in regards that, what do you expect when the government that is supposed to respect your peaceful protest is the one now that is launching operation? I hope those pythons are dancing in his grave and durungwa. Allah, I'm telling you, because there would have been a better way to settle this or whatever through negotiation and other means. But that was not done. And this is the same government that is finding it very difficult to launch Operation Monkey or Operation Lion in regards to the real perpetrators of this illegality and evil. And let's look at it. Well, the fact is, what are the other methods? We're going to talk about everything here concisely so that people will apportion blame. The next thing now is a sit-at-home order was initiated. a sit-at-home order, that as a result of that, a lot of people's rights were violated, right? Which is of a truth. And a lot of lives were lost as a result of that. But how did you use that now to tie to him because he created Eastern security networks without you actually having a person that you have brought now to say it's as a result of Eastern security network that this man have created, that he told us that when people come out now that we should finish them or we should unalive them. You could not tie that. But at the end of the day, you beat around the bush. You beat around the bush. The fact is, was the method actually devoid of fault? The method was not absolutely devoid of fault. But can the fault now be tantamount to terrorism and treason? That is the question. I wonder what the lawyers are. But the fact is, what do you expect, sir, the lawyers to tell a government? Sponsors of this radicality and animality that will make sense to them. The idiots now have incarcerated them, and the fools are still battling with trying to address this. And the last time I checked, I don't see these monkeys actually addressing this issue. Allah, they will never. Because let's tell ourselves the truth. For Nigeria to change, Allah will require a president that when he comes in, will first of all say, it's either my life or a better nation. But the last time I checked, these monkeys are not actually interested. Their life is not even in question. But the fact is, how do we survive? And how do people keep talking about us? That we were one-time presidents in this country.
That is the kind of message we expect everybody to engage in. Simon did a great job in this very message. And at this point in time, there is no time to focus on their propaganda and changing of narrative of the government and the appeal, whatever they are talking about. We are supposed to continue hammering on the real cause of the problem. The illegality on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the atrocities of the Nigerian government that have continued even up till now. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program. Thank you for joining us today's program. Like and share to other platforms, and I hope to meet you again later in the day by the special grace of great Chukwu Okabiama. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect everyone that have participated in this program. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. Thank you for being part of this program. See you again in the evening by the grace of Chukwu Okabiama. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Bye, everybody.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I thought you. Remember when me tell you say I thought you. Cyprus Mero. Put the wood you go like a papa nuku. Oh, them be Niro. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the front and the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me know that you want me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back till we get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.